What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Here's for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun. Shaun, how is it going?
Good. People can't see it, but I saw a look in your eyes, and maybe it's your skill as an actor, but you look genuinely surprised to see me.
It's not like we've been talking for a few minutes before I hit record.
Not at all. I logged in just as you introduced the guest. It was a happy accident that it was me.
You arrive fashionably late to all the recordings these days. It's gone to your head.
The fame has gotten to me. Also, it's weird that this is the time I'm fashionably late, when we can do it literally any time in the world.
Exactly. What I will say is, you've seen me. I'm a tired boy today.
You're in bed.
And so, before recording, I have drank a Barocca, and now I have a cup of coffee here in my Hero Zero mug.
Ooh.
Not reffing my own merch or anything. But, Shaun,
quality mug.
I feel like this is either going to go to one of two ways. Either I'm going to be absolutely through the roof excited about almost everything, or about halfway through, you will see a very, very sad Connor.
Oh, it'll be a Craven the Hunter all over again.
So, Shaun, this is weird news. What do we do here?
You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man that you do not let on the internet for fear that it will quote-unquote corrupt me.
You're the purest soul I know.
I'm pure innocence. People know that about me. That's a fact.
And you're fucking class. You're absolutely fucking...
I'm a sound bastard, like...
So, Shaun, we are starting this week with a story that captured my love and attention almost immediately, just upon seeing a headline. And what you'll find out very quickly why, because here it is. Man who tried to fight grizzly bear in National Park fined $4,000.
It's a thinker, but there's an element there that, like, he picked the fight.
Yes, he came ready to fight.
He went to a bear's turf and started just, like, talking shit. And
the bear isn't going to expect that, because, like, that's the bear's turf. And so you're not thinking, I'm probably going to get challenged to a fight today.
True, and certainly not by the humans that have been trained to fear me, the bear.
I think the judge said it best. When an individual creates this kind of dangerous situation with a bear, when they charge at him, when they throw rocks at him, and when they cause him to run at them and then run away, it causes a massive danger to humans and the public in general. But that's exactly what happened a few years ago with Devin Mustang, 35, who got out of his truck shirtless and began shouting at the young grizzly while in a boxing stance before, according to eyewitnesses.
So he wasn't just picking a fight with a bear, he was picking a fight with, like, a bear cub, like a child.
Yeah, but no, was it a child or like a teenage bear? Because, like, a teenage boy bear, they've got to be angsty. They're going to come at him.
That is true. But, like, I feel like a teenage bear, and maybe I'm transposing my own idea of teenagers onto this bear, would be too depressed to do anything. Which I think says more about me than the bear.
Leave me alone.
Little emo bear with a side fringe, that'd be amazing.
Coming right across one eye. You don't understand me, Mom.
And so, look, when the man gets out of his truck in bear territory, he's either the most knowledgeable person about bears in the world, or he knows nothing about bears. I think
it signifies to me that he drove there with the idea, like, he drove there with the goal.
With the express purpose of fighting a bear.
Yeah, he left his home thinking, today's the day. I have been training for this.
And do you like the logic of boxing as the natural fighting style to use against a bear?
I don't think a bear has the capabilities to start throwing punches. But I think if he throws a slap, I think it's game over.
That's the thing. If you get one hit by a bear, you're done.
Yeah, it's not like it's a bitch slap. If a bear will bitch slap you to death,
that's true. And a bear will bite. Like, a bear will fight dirty is the thing. Like, there's no gentleman's agreement in this fight.
Nothing below the waist. So it says that he was caught on camera by a couple of nearby photographers who were taking pictures of the lone grazing grizzly bear. So the bear was just minding his own business.
This lunatic just starts throwing rocks at him.
The bear is just having a graze, minding his own business. This lunatic comes out shirtless out of his truck. Come on, fucking bear, this is the time. You think you're cool?
This might be like if you studied the bear's thoughts in that moment, it might be the closest an animal has ever gotten to a human, because I guarantee whatever way that bear thinks, in bear language he was saying, "What the fuck is that?"
Is this for real? He's like looking around like, there's nobody else here, but is this guy for real? Like throwing the one thumb up, pointing out.
Like,
surely he's not actually gonna fight me.
well, and what are the odds, like the day you do like something incredibly stupid and illegal, there's just some local photographers hanging around.
So after 2 missed court dates, the case finally came to trial this week as Judge George Gassler found the man, Saskatchewan man, and guilty, and he imposed a $4,000 fine. And the judge said, "It is abundantly clear that this is a disturbance of a grizzly bear, and I find Mr. Mitsui very guilty," said the judge. So while Mitsui was at the courthouse before the doors officially opened, he apparently left to run errands and grab some food, resulting in his absence from the morning trial.
This man is an absolute disaster.
I mean, they had to call witnesses to the stand during the trial. One of them was a photographer called Thomas Murray O'Neill, and said that they had been taking pictures of the bear, and he said, "We were on the other side of the highway when a truck pulled up and 2 gentlemen got out, started yelling at the bear and throwing rocks in the general vicinity of the bear, but he didn't hit the bear. Then he took off his shirt and got in a boxing stance and started saying, 'Come on then, come on then.'"
And the bear was the bear the bigger man in the scenario and just walked away.
The bear put the 2 hands up, the 2 paws, and was like, "Nah, mate, there's nothing for me here.
I don't want any trouble. I don't want this. This isn't my fight."
I don't want any trouble.
His friends are like pulling it back, being like, "He's not worth it. He's not worth it."
The photographer watched Mitsui, shirtless, yell and taunt the young grizzly for approximately 10 minutes.
He wants this fight to happen.
That's a lot of taunting.
That's a lot. I don't think I can barely do this show for 10 minutes at a time.
No, every episode an hour. But have you ever?
I am gasping at the end of it.
I mean, have you ever tried to do like one of those talking games where you talk for 5 minutes straight? But imagine if it was taunting, like. If you're taunting for 10 minutes straight to anyone or anything, you're repeating yourself after 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm under no illusions that, like, this was the most eloquent kind of, like, Shakespearean insult. Like, this man was just saying, "You're shit bear. You're such a shit bear. Oh, if all bears were like you, all bears would be shit." Like, that's the level.
By the time you get to like the 7th minute, like he's just out of ideas. And he's like, "And I don't like your paws, and I hate the fact that you love picnic baskets. What the fuck else do I do?"
And you're a bear. Oh, I said that already.
Like 10 minutes, he stood shirtless, ready to punch a bear, after throwing rocks at it to get its attention, but the bear did not bite, and he would not come near him.
The bear, I'm telling you, is like an upstanding citizen who knows this is beneath me. You know, I'm not a fighter.
Yeah,
I'm a bear lover. I'm a
bear, but not a human lover.
No, not anymore. Who gets the $4,000?
Who I suppose that. I was gonna say the national park, but I know where your brain is, and you think they're gonna give this $4,000 to the bear, don't you?
I think we have a new story next week about the richest bear in the world.
A gold chain wearing hip hop star.
He's become a rap artist.
It's the only logical next step.
I like how you knew exactly where my mind went there, because
yeah.
€4,000, it's a fairly small purse for a bear fight. But if you're the bear who didn't have to do any fighting, you just get handed $4,000. You're sorted. You're set for your bare life.
Now, can I give you Mitsuing's defense?
Yeah.
So remember, he so where he's gone wrong is he's turned up to the one part of the park that is full of photographers.
Yeah.
Now, I would say photos are pretty bad for, just evidence, stuff like that.
Oh no, they're great for evidence, Connor.
Yeah, but not against you. I would say if there's a photograph, it's probably going to work against him. So he's turned up in the one area riddled with photographers shooting this bear. He's gotten out of his car for 10 minutes, stood in the open, shouting obscenities at the bear, getting it to try to fight him. But his response was that, I was just trying to get a picture with the bear. I was just fucking around. I thought it was a brown bear, said Mitsuing.
How is that better? Okay, look, we've established on this show the rule with bears that brown bears, you just chill out and just let them attack you. They'll get bored. A black bear, shield your neck because he'll go in for the kill, and a grizzly bear, you're probably fucked anyway. So
I think all of them you're probably fucked anyway.
Yeah, but clearly not. This man survived a grizzly bear.
He didn't survive. He didn't just survive. He thrived.
He thrived. That's true. But now, to be fair, it was a grizzly bear that posed no threat to him, and he sought out.
And what happened was he went to run at the grizzly bear, and then the grizzly bear ran off. So the grizzly bear was not harmed in any way, but he was just must have just been eating grass, looking at him, while this man was shouting at him.
Oh, he was shaking for days. He was a pure wreck afterwards. All the other bears were trying to calm him down. They had him wrapped in a big blanket. He was sipping some tea.
He was sipping some tea, and he's like, he just came out of nowhere. Yeah. I don't even know what happened.
And it's a heavy burden to bear. Oh, no.
The look on your face was like, I've cracked comedy.
I missed when we did this over the phone. I never got comments like that.
Toward the end of the recording, Mitsuing asked where he was. This is the recording of the actual fight. Remember that he said he was just taking a photo and was not trying to fight the bear.
Yeah.
He was told he was in British Columbia. He then swore. The warden asked where he was going, and Mitsuing replied, I don't know. I was trying to go golfing. So his story was, he was taking a photo of the bear, he was accidentally there because he was trying to go golfing, and he definitely didn't throw any rocks, even though there's definitely video evidence of him throwing rocks.
Well, to be fair, he shouted 4 before he threw them, so the golfing thing kind of checks out.
Yeah, he was like, par!
Par,
you're gonna get
bear.
Eagle, bear, same thing, birdie, bear.
That's it. It's just golf. That's a new golf term. Is when you use a rock instead of a ball.
What do you think his logic is here? Do you think maybe
logic?
Yeah, in terms of this man, do you feel like maybe will we see him again? Will he just turn up in separate areas, randomly challenging different animals?
I think instead of fining him $4,000, you should give him the option of he can fight one animal. And
he has to fight that grizzly bear's dad or mom.
His guardian.
Yeah, he has to fight the guardian of that bear in a circle, and all the guards will all just be around him.
I think that's a fair fight. Because he was clearly willing to do it in the grizzly bear's turf, so in a controlled environment, it's even more odds in his favour in that sense.
They do it underwater. Nobody's turf. Both of them out of sorts. Nobody can breathe.
The bear just doesn't know what's going on at this point.
Shaun, we're going to move on to a mystery. And normally, I'm going to say the first 3 words of this headline, and I guarantee you won't know where this goes because I have Mystery Tree Beast.
Oh.
Turns out to be... Croissant.
This is one of those stories that did make its way through to me this week, but I didn't click on it because I thought it might come up.
When animal welfare officers received a report of an unusual animal lurking in a tree in the Polish city of Krakow, they were not sure what to expect. People aren't opening their windows because they're afraid it will go into their house, the woman reportedly said. But a visit to the area showed the creature in question was not a bird or even a reptile, but actually just a croissant hanging from the tree.
Which, that raises further questions, if anything.
How big is the croissant?
How big is the croissant? Who leaves a croissant in a tree? How did it get there?
What was the story behind it? Nobody's ever looked at a croissant and went, fuck this croissant, and thrown it into a tree.
That's it, yeah. Like a whole croissant. Like an untouched croissant.
And it's really big. Have you seen the picture of it?
I haven't. Can I get it there? Will there be a picture? If I just Google
it's a
croissant,
really big croissant. In terms of croissants, I would say, oh, that's big. On my level.
Now, I've had some big croissant. I was actually, while I'm Googling this, I'll tell the story. I was doing a diet this time last year. Fuck lot of good that did me, by the way. And I wasn't allowed to have bread. And for about a month, I was just craving a croissant. And then I got one.
Yeah, but we talked to you about that. And you said, yeah, I've given up food. And I was like, it's not going to work.
And I was like, look, it did work. But then, like, the lockdown happened. And I put on a stone naff. Anyway, to be fair, it does look like a big caterpillar. I'll give it that. That's still too big for any sensible croissant.
Isn't it? I think that's the real story. Who's eating that croissant?
The only danger there is to your arteries, I would say. Because the amount of butter involved in that.
Unless you drop it accidentally on your child, they're dead. If that croissant lands on a child, it's game over.
No, it's very flaky pastry. It doesn't weigh that much, Connor.
You'd think, but look at the size of it, Shaun. The dynamics of the whole thing would be off.
It'll be like a boomerang. It'll hit the child once and then come around and hit it again.
Writing on Facebook, the organisation said its officers had asked a desperate caller whether the unidentified animal, which had been in the tree for 2 days, could be a bird of prey. The woman responded that it looked more like a lagoon, similar to laguna, Polish for lagoon. Wow, we could have figured that out.
That's the most helpful thing I've ever heard.
Who wrote this? It looked more like a lagoon, similar to a laguna, Polish for lagoon.
What is it? Like a laguna?
It's an iguana.
Oh, okay.
But I'm glad they told me 3 different ways the wrong word.
Yeah, and thank you for clearing it up for me. That was really helpful.
Although the inspectors knew that it was unlikely that a reptile would survive the cool spring temperatures, they wondered if the animal could have been an unwanted pet abandoned by its owners. Arriving on the scene, however, the inspectors found the headless and limbless object in a lilac tree, a pastry, probably thrown out of the window to feed birds.
Why? Who would? Oh, maybe it was a stale croissant, and they decided to get rid of it. But I would
even then,
you would make croissant French toast, if anything.
You're throwing a croissant out the window. Who's throwing croissants out the window?
Yeah. Why would you don't throw things out your window? Surely that's that's the real crime.
Number 2, no matter how stale a croissant is, I'm looking at it thinking it's probably better than a normal piece of bread, though. Still have the croissant.
Much better than a normal piece of bread.
Yeah.
Put that in the microwave, glass of water beside it. That'll moisturise right up. You're sorted. Hydrate your croissants.
It's our public service announcement. Guys, seriously, you gotta have those croissants under the tap. Otherwise, it's ridiculous.
What you do, you just dip it into the bath, right? Then you wring it out and put it on the washing line. 4 hours later, that will be the most delicious croissant you've ever eaten.
And yeah, so what, you'll get sick. But so what, you shouldn't have put the bubbles in the bath. But look, we've all made mistakes, lads.
The croissant didn't need to relax.
No, he set a few candles. Right, I'll be back in an hour, croissant.
Just pour a glass of wine.
Mind yourself. Be fucking good, huh? Be good. So we've solved the mystery of the tree beast, Shaun.
Yeah, and what a mystery it was. I can't wait till we find like a baguette on top of a castle or something. Like that would be the next step up.
Yeah, I think we should go all out that somebody definitely has thought some sort of pastry was an alien before, and I want to know that story.
Yeah, like Okay, what's the most alien-looking pastry? Croissant is up there, I will say.
What's the most alien-looking pastry? Okay, let's have a real deep think about this.
Jam donut.
How so?
Looks like an egg sack.
It does. And it's full of shit.
It is
full of shit. Like.
You're from the 1920s and you cut open a jam donut, you were having a fucking heart attack, mate.
Jam or cream? I think cream would put you off more.
Cream would put you off more.
Because jam is a bit thicker. Jam is a bit thicker, whereas cream, you cut into it, it could go fucking everywhere.
There's an element of surprise. It'd be like Aliens when it bursts out of your chest, but it's a cream donut.
The exact same. I think this is an Alien remake we could do.
The exact same principle.
So we're going to move on, Shaun, to a Taiwanese man who decided that love wasn't for him, and then was for him, and then wasn't for him, and then was for him, and then wasn't for him, and then was for him. Because I have Taiwanese man marries woman 4 times, divorces her 3 times, just to enjoy 32 days of marriage leave.
So his employer will give him time off work if he's just gotten married.
Exactly. So what do? You remarry the same woman 4 times.
It's actually a foolproof system.
I mean, is it? Eventually, after the second time of going, yeah, I've gotten married, this is the second time in about 6 months, the boss must be thinking, this guy's a bit sus. What's going on here?
That's true. So, there are a couple of options here. Maybe he changes jobs every year, but he specifically seeks out jobs that have this rule. Another option, he changes bosses every year. He makes the old boss so exacerbated with him that he just makes him quit. Or he's not friends with anyone at work. He doesn't tell them.
So a Taiwanese man has taken the extreme measure of marrying his wife 4 times and divorcing her 3 times just to enjoy 32 days of marriage leave. Taiwan's Apple Daily reported that the man, who works at a bank, initially got married in April of last year and applied for 8 days of leave. At the end of that leave, he divorced his wife before remarrying her the very next day.
Yes, I was hoping he did it this way.
The man continued with that arrangement, where he remarried her 4 times after 3 divorces, allowing him to enjoy a total of 32 days in a row of pure leave.
Just a month off for nothing. Yeah. Well, it probably cost him a bit to get all those divorces and marriages put through.
I mean, we don't know what we don't know the price in Taiwan, but I'm assuming it might be less. I'd say just to get a divorce, would it be that much?
I don't want to Google how much does divorce cost.
It's a very specific area of Google.
It is, and it's gonna fuck my cookies for the next month. But incognito mode, here we go.
Here we go. Yeah.
How much does divorce
cost in Taiwan?
Yeah, I don't want to get divorced in Ireland. Let's have a look at Taiwan.
Yeah, no, fuck Ireland. I'm moving to Taiwan. What happens if I fall out of love?
How much will it cost me to divorce my wife? So there's another article. You have to be insane to get a divorce in Taiwan. What is happening here?
For God's sake.
This is a lot. Someone's citing legal documents. You're shit crack.
No. Don't be citing anything.
My advice is to negotiate directly with your wife and somehow come to an agreement for terms of divorce.
Jesus, thanks.
Man, Yahoo Answers disappearing is the worst thing that's ever happened to the planet.
I think that would have had this in seconds. We would have had that before we even finished the first word.
It would have put the banter segment of the story would have gone downhill because it would have just been so easy to answer. I still don't know. I still don't know how much it is.
The man's employer, however, only approved his first marriage leave, Shaun. So unhappy that only the first marriage leave was approved, the man filed a complaint against his employer for not abiding with Taiwan's labour laws. So under Article 2 of Taiwan's regulations of leave says a worker shall be entitled to 8 days of wedding leave with pay while they get married. So investigations into the bureau later found the bank had indeed violated the rule and fined him $20,000. Right?
What? He got away with it.
Hang on, Taiwanese dollars. So I think it was like $1,000 actually. Unhappy with the fine, the bank submitted an appeal and pointed out that the man was manipulating the system as he married the same woman in succession. Despite agreeing what the man did was unethical, the Bureau upheld the previous ruling. And so he got away with it.
Ethically, not great. But they never said you can't, is the thing.
The Bureau literally looked at it and went, he's a fucking rogue. But my God, do we love him, fair folks.
That's it, yeah. It's like, yeah, look, it's not great to do, but it's also technically allowed.
That we just hate him, but we can't do anything to stop him. For God's sake.
There's probably a load of people in that bank now just being like, hey, guess what I heard at work today?
But like, that's an interest. He has to have that discussion with his wife to be like, divorce me. I will get married again tomorrow. Trust me, I'm getting a month off.
Was there anything specifically he wanted to do in the month off, or does he just not like his job?
I'm assuming he just doesn't like his job. Would you take 32 days off your job, Shaun? Remember, they're listening.
I would never. I would put 32 days into my job. I'll work any day.
If I could, I'd add 32 days to the calendar just to work a little bit more.
I'd make the opposite of a bank holiday where everyone has to work.
Twice. Double the shift.
I look, instead of double time, lads, what about half time? Huh?
I think it'll make us work harder. I think guys will be like, yeah, we gotta do more hours.
I don't think anyone from my work actually listens to this, which is probably good. Because the sarcasm,
it's probably
Connor,
for the best.
is thin.
Yeah. So are you on board with this man's grand plan of marrying and divorce, or against it?
Look, we've said a lot of times on this podcast, we love a bit of shithousery. We love a bit of diddlement. And this is exactly that, because no one's getting hurt except for a bank. And they're the man anyway. So, you know.
Yeah.
Punk.
So you're saying fuck the system, down with police, bring in communism. That's what you're saying.
Absolutely, comrade.
Okay, moving on. I hope your work is listening.
You're just gonna send him an email. It's like, hey, I found something you guys might be interested in.
Hey, do you know this guy? Question mark.
No, we do not.
So our next story is thief brings 2 kids along while robbing Queen's frozen yogurt shop just for toppings and not yogurt.
Wait, he brought him along for the toppings, or he robbed just the toppings?
He robbed just the toppings. It's a she. She robbed just the toppings. She went through the trouble of bringing the 2 kids along to the robbery, and then was just like, fuck it, we'll just take some toppings.
Right. So we're not settling for cash or anything like that. It's just, some sprinkles, few chocolate buttons. Ice cream shops have gotten too much, by the way.
How do you feel about that?
Well, okay.
I sound like a therapist. Go on.
Go on, Shaun. Tell us about the issue. So, like, ice cream used to be simple. You know, you had 3 different colours of syrup on your soft serve 99 ice cream.
Strawberry, chocolate, green. No, blue.
Blue. There was a green one. There was a green one as well. So 4.
A bit of apple. Apple wouldn't go astray.
Apple, look, the affluent north. But what we had to have happen then was we would put either sprinkles or a flake into it if you're in Ireland.
Which, at that point, you're still like, it's not a lot, but it's getting up.
It's getting up, yeah, like that's a bit of excess. And then now, like, I had like fizzy cola bottles on an ice cream one time. And you're just putting shit on it for no reason at that point. And they get cold. They get really cold.
Yeah, I love fizzy cola bottles. I love ice cream. Don't stick them together, because I'm eating the cola bottles going, my teeth are sensitive. I'm hurting my own teeth.
Absolutely, yeah. You're simultaneously getting like brain freeze, sore teeth, and they're sour. It's too much.
I actually... I'm really pumped up about this. But actually I agree, because a few weeks ago I got an ice cream and it had like... I got like white chocolate buttons in it.
Right, okay.
Okay, so far so good.
Yeah.
But then I normally get a strawberry sauce. So I just randomly said, oh yeah, throw a strawberry sauce on there. Not considering... The white buttons don't go with the strawberry sauce, Shaun.
They don't go with the strawberry sauce.
I'm after eating this ice cream that tastes ridiculous. I've ruined both the sauce and the chocolate in one single go, and I ended up basically just giving up. I threw it to the side and I said, no more. I can't have that.
I vomited over everyone else in the queue. It was bad, like. No, I get that though. Like the syrup and the chocolate there sounds very, very, very sweet. On top
it was
of
a
ice
mistake
cream.
on my part. It was a mistake on my part. I will say that. But don't offer it to me if they don't go together.
You need like a list of acceptable combos for ice cream.
Assume that I'm an idiot and tell me what to get.
That's and this is more on me. I get confused by Ben and Jerry's sometimes. I don't know what the fuck I'm eating half the time when I'm having some Ben and Jerry's.
They're all just random names.
It's fish food. What's in that? Caramel or something? I don't know.
Yeah, fucking it's chewy. I don't give a fuck, get it into you.
I do like the Netflix one though. It's got peanut butter and pretzels in it.
Oh, right. I have no idea.
No, right. It's a salty treat.
Okay, you can't trust me. I'm a man who eats white chocolate buttons and strawberries.
You've lost all credibility for the rest of your life. That's
Absolutely. My ice cream credibility's gone down the drain.
Oh, just like even your political campaign. This is going to play into it.
I'm running for president. Sure, like, you didn't murder anyone or do anything bad, but you remember that time he ordered that one ice cream and he panicked?
I respectfully withdraw.
So Shaun, the break-in occurred in Glendale. The break-in occurred in Glendale around 11 p.m. So at 11 p.m, according to police, surveillance video shows a man break the window. Oh, sorry, it was a man. I do apologise. Break the window as one of the children shines a light from what appears to be a cell phone. At some point, the robber grabs something from inside, and the three take off moments later.
So what I like about that, the kid is taking initiative. You know, it's like, I have a light on my phone. This would help. I'm
helping Dad. Look, unless it wasn't the dad.
No, it's not called helping Dad. It's called abetting a criminal.
No, that's like the lawyer talking to him, and he's like, "No, he said I was just helping him out. He couldn't see."
But again, he was doing crime at the time.
So Ralph owns the store. Samantha Can and her husband Ralph since 2016, and she said, "What's the point of doing something like this? It's really just disturbing. They didn't steal anything other than some sprinkles and some flakes."
So just like I was thinking they went into the back and they got all the toppings.
No, so they were literally into the window. So they break the window,
right,
and he literally reaches in an arm and just starts taking shit off all the sprinkles and stuff.
How much sprinkles can you eat just like by the handful?
I think by the handful you're looking at maybe 2 before you start feeling very sick.
That's it, and that's for like a kid's metabolism, where you're like, I'll eat anything, it's okay. I would struggle with the amount of sprinkles that come on an ice cream, I say.
No cash was taken, and no frozen yogurt was stolen either, but I would have been more impressed if it was stolen frozen yogurt, because that is melted by the time you get back. That is,
yeah. Unless they just brought like a big bucket and like pulled the handle of the machine and just filled it.
So he goes to rob this place, turns up, goes through the trouble of getting his child to like use the light or the torch on the phone, breaks in, and the very, very small reward he has is some candy and some cake decorations that were right inside the window. And then is like, quick, scatter, we have what we came for, kids.
Mission accomplished, boys.
Back to base. And we'll think up a new plan.
It's not the biggest heist in the world, but it's one of the most successful heists we've ever had on the show.
They talked to Can, by the way, and she said, "You're trying to break in to steal what? From a frozen yogurt store? Some candy or some yogurt? Bring the kids back. We'll gladly give them something for free."
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Now, unless it's a sting and they're trying to catch him.
Like, I don't understand the logic of robbing the frozen yogurt store. Because I'm assuming you're looking for, if you're going to go for sweets, frozen yogurt is a terrible thing to steal. There's no keeping that at all.
No, it's one of the most time-sensitive treats. Like, it'd be like stealing a block of ice.
And you're just like, fuck, we better sell this on quick. Otherwise we're fucked.
We're burning money here.
So, do you feel like this was the greatest... Does this have an Ocean's 11 type vibe? Like, is it a great criminal? Or are we talking maybe he's out with the kids and they're annoying him and he says, right, I'll get you some sprinkles. Or they're like, we want frozen yogurt. The frozen yogurt store is closed. It's 11 p.m. Well, we still want some frozen yogurt. Right, hold my fucking phone.
Yeah.
We're going to sort this out right now.
I would put it at maybe an Ocean's 5.5.
Okay.
You know, like, there was a plan. Great plan. Low stakes, I think, is the issue here. Like, dream bigger, you know?
Great plan. And it was an Ocean's 3, to be fair. He turned up a 3 of them.
That's true. Oh, yeah, that's why it's called Ocean's 11.
He's been making the little kid train for months trying to fold himself up into a suitcase. No, I swear, we're going to need you to do this.
He's just like, watch your brother now. This will be hilarious. All right, get in the suitcase.
And the other one is like dropping from a wire from the ceiling. He's like, Tim, we don't actually need you to do that, but James, I thought it'd be funny if I got you to do it.
Right, Tim, we're going to head on. See you later.
And he's just hanging a meter below. The lasers, Tim. Watch the lasers. Dad, why would there be lasers in a frozen yogurt store? I was only joking, Tim. I fucking caught you out, though.
Fucking, you're a little devil, but that's all right, Dad.
Here's some sprinkles. On you go now. Sort yourself out.
That's such a nothing crime, but I think they will end up like, there will be some repercussions for that, surely. They'll be banned from the frozen yogurt place if they find out.
Yeah, I suppose. So next I have a maple syrup mishap, Shaun.
Oh no, it's so sticky.
Maple syrup mishap is normally something that involves stickiness or something that involves it's just after getting everywhere.
Yeah.
But I have maple syrup mishap likely the cause of explosion at lakefront home.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Did the syrup explode? Is syrup
Did
flammable?
the syrup explode? Did the syrup explode?
Oh, you're just making caramel.
So North Bay Fire Platoon Chief Mike Hives reports the damage is extensive, but
Mike
no
Hives
injuries
works for
were
the honey
sustained.
industry.
Of course he does. He's turned up and he's like, oh, what's this? Maple syrup. It's out of my fucking range, boys.
Not my jurisdiction.
Where's Johnny B? But no injuries were sustained by the two property owners who were at home at the time of the incident. Hive says the early investigation points to a mishap on the street side porch involving a propane burner used for cooking sap for maple syrup. Luckily, the homeowners were on the other side of their home when the explosion occurred, in turn catching the whole house on fire.
Fuck. You would never have pancakes again, surely.
No, the risk reward to pancakes is still pretty even though. I mean, explosion to pancake is, I don't know.
I do like a pancake, that is true, but to be fair, I'm not like distilling my own maple syrup.
And that's true. En route, it came in as a possible house explosion. So they sent out like a massive response. On scene, it was discovered that they were boiling sap on the porch, and that appears to be how the fire started. And the blast was likely propane related. Either the sap overflowed, or the hose let go on the propane tank, which caused the explosion. So they're just making maple syrup, and they blew up half their home.
Did the syrup survive? Because you would just like keep that forever, surely, like in a bottle. But this is the one that left us destitute. Yeah, this is the.
Yeah, this is the reason why we can't eat for months. But now look,
you'll have
look
a
at
drop.
that one. Go on. No, honestly. How says the homeowner was able to knock down the flames quite a bit with his own hose. Before the fire crews took off.
Sir!
Sir! And there's like a water hose right beside him. He's like, everyone step back.
Shield your eyes.
Shield your eyes, children. We're about to see something real cool.
Oh, he's a very, very talented man.
Firefighters probed the structure once the flames had been extinguished, searching for flames hidden in the frame of the house. They say the porch is completely destroyed, and estimated damages in the neighbourhood of $80,000 for a piece of maple syrup.
Oh, and he, like, it was probably, I wonder, was it like a small operation? Like, they just made enough maple syrup for themselves. Their logic being, look, it's cheaper to buy the tree now, and we'll have maple syrup our entire lives. And then, now that $3 bottle of maple syrup doesn't look so bad.
I mean, how would you explain that to somebody? Like, how did your fire start? Or, why are you not coming into work? Well, I was making some maple syrup and I exploded my own house.
Right, you're going to have to go a couple of steps back.
Yeah, look, we were slowly just trying to make some pancakes. I said, I'll get started on the maple syrup, because we didn't have any in the press at the time. The cupboard was bare, Shaun. The cupboard was bare at the moment. So I said, look, I had the sap, I'll make it myself here. That's absolutely fine. I just happened to use NOS when I was cooking.
Not the Cuban NOS.
Yes. It cooks the sap up real good. Gets way hotter, way quicker.
That's not. Oh, but and then you just left it unattended, right? As like good maple syrupists do.
Do you ever like cooking your own maple syrup? Has to be a whole other level of just niche. Who's doing that?
I don't know, but I kind of want to. I think it's on like it's the same level as like, oh, I bake all my own bread. I never buy bread. I think it's that level of self-sufficiency, because it implies that you have land with maple trees on it.
Does. Unless you're just chopping down someone else's sap.
Oh, you can't chop someone else's sap. That's a rule.
No, that's the rule of the world. We all know that.
Do you know, actually, you can cut, like, it's summer now. It's coming into summer, so you can, like, put a hole in a birch tree and a shit ton of water will pour out and you can just drink it. This is something I learned recently. It's absolutely class.
Sorry, hang on.
Yeah.
Let's take a few steps back here, Bear Grylls.
All right.
What's the story?
Okay, so it's summer, right?
So I'm in the summer heat. I'm parched. I am.
You're parched. All that's around you is birch trees. All you have is
Why
a drill.
Birch trees?
Birch, because
all I have is an electric drill that I have fully charged.
So the birch tree, like it soaks in the summer months. It takes all the water up from the ground and it stores it like in the mass of the tree, like in the bark and stuff. So if you puncture a hole through that, just water will start pouring out of it, like actual water you can drink, and you can just fill up a bottle.
I have very strong fists, so one punch, massive hole in the trunk.
That's true, but there's other ways around it, Connor. I know if we don't all have the powerful fists of yourself, you can cut a bit of a branch and then bend the branch down and water will pour out of it like a spout. It's mad.
There's no way that's true.
I'm going to send you a video later. It's class. It's going to make you want to go out in the woods.
I mean, just to get some water. And it's 100% going to be like, whoever we're with is just like, we have water at home. Yeah, but this is tree water.
This is tree water. Came from a tree.
And is it clean?
Yeah, like you can just drink it. It might be a bit like woody, but it's apparently.
Does it need to be treated?
No, treated? What? No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
You can just drink it straight. You can put a straw in the tree if you want it.
No, there's no way you can just put a straw in a tree.
Metal straw, just fucking dig it in there.
I'm trying to explain that to anyone. Why is that guy still drinking that tree?
He's clearly thirsty, Charlie. It's apparently regular water that's a little bit sweet.
I mean, you are full of random information today.
I know. I've invested heavily in birch trees, I must say.
I'm starting my own water business just on birch trees.
I'm going to start selling water.
but just birch tree water, not normal water. Fuck that shit.
Oh, what am I, some kind of pleb? I'd rather burn down my house with some maple syrup.
Think about it, right? Would you buy the water that's like, it came from the springs and the lakes and the streams and the mountains, it's the clearest water of all time? Or, a random man on the street, this water came from a tree. I'm buying the tree water every day of the week.
Absolutely. Mountain water, that's going to be filthy. That's been on stones.
Exactly. What's filthy? A mountain. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that. What's clean? Trees. Wood. Timber.
What's your house made of? Wood. Exactly. It's clean. It's lovely and clean.
Your house is spotless.
Have you ever seen a piece of paper in your printer that was dirty? You haven't. It's all coming clean.
That's it. Yeah. Imagine putting dirt on paper. Wouldn't that be terrible? It's impossible. Trees are always clean. The water from trees is always clean. You're grand. Drink it. It's me talking to my son in the future.
And he's got like a whole bottle of Gatorade. Put that down. Put that fucking bottle down and go it over to the tree. I'm
going to cut down that Gatorade tree right now.
Where did you get that? The shop? I'm going to cut down that shop. Now you won't be able to go back there.
I'm going to cut down that shop tree. There'll be no more shops for you.
Dad thinks everything comes in tree form.
He learned that comedy comes in trees and he took it to heart.
Yeah, very good. So, Shaun, we're moving on to a woman who tried to use a $1 million bill at a dollar store and was surprised when it didn't actually work out for her.
Well, there's no way they can give change for that, surely.
I think that could be the main issue, that they were just like, look, we just don't have the change to give out to you for this $1 purchase.
Yeah, because I remember when I was working in stores, like you come in like on a Sunday and the bank would have been closed and someone tries to pay with a €100 note and you have 4 €2 coins in the till and you're like, I can't do anything, come back later.
2 women sought to use a $1 million bill to purchase merchandise at a Dollar General store in Tennessee. According to investigators, the duo appeared last Monday morning at the convenience store in Maryville, a Knoxville suburb. Their attempt to use the counterfeit bill was thwarted by one of the owners there. A sheriff's deputy dispatched to the Dollar General for a suspicious incident spoke with Amanda McCormick, who possessed the counterfeit bill. McCormick, who lives about 4 miles away, was accompanied by her relative Linda Johnson. Linda Johnson's a strong name.
It's a strong name. That's a name that like carries some weight to it. Linda Johnson.
That's a principal name. That's Miss Johnson.
Go into Miss Johnson's office now.
Yeah. McCormick told the police that she received, now Shaun, this is her story, she received the $1 million bill in the mail from a church, but when asked to provide any other information, was unable to provide additional information about the purported house of worship's money. She couldn't even say what religion it came from, but it just came from the church.
Look, when gifts come, you just accept them, no matter where they come from. You just take it at face value that it's real. It's a church, Connor. Why would they lie?
As detailed in the county sheriff's report, McCormick had a shopping cart full of various items from inside the store, including several gift cards to various businesses. McCormick claimed she was going to use the money to purchase items for care packages to help people who are homeless and in need. So, she was actually, when you think about it, a bit of a saviour, really.
In many ways, yeah. Like you get this millions of dollars in one convenient bill form, and your first thought is to help others. That's actually quite nice.
Now, here's the thing. Linda gets asked what the story is, because they've turned up. And Linda, we said she was a principal, but I'll tell you now, she's a snitch. Because when questioned by the deputy, Johnson disavowed knowledge of the $1 million bill immediately and said she was only riding with Miss McCormick to run errands that day, and she didn't know what she was doing.
Oh, playing dumb, huh? Well, we know better from a principal.
From the president. While the incident was
Linda B. Johnson.
While the incident was classified by the sheriff's office as fraud by false pretenses, McCormick and Johnson were not arrested. Instead, they were issued verbal no trespass warning, prohibiting them from returning to the Dollar General store. They also took back, I was going to say stole, but they confiscated the counterfeit bill, and they took it back off them. But Shaun, this is one of those stories where I think, when, in the whole world, would you try to do a counterfeit bill and make one for $1 million? Even if you make 10, even if you make it 10 $100,000 bills, it's less suspicious.
Yeah, I think there's a certain level where anyone would know that there's no $1 million bill. I would is there $1,000 bill?
I think so, yeah.
Right, yeah, but I would...
well, actually, is there $1,000 euro? Or $1,000 euro?
There isn't.
Euro?
I can confidently say there's no $1,000
Would you? Okay,
euro.
right. I don't work with a bank. Okay, let's la-dee-da. They didn't let me on the cash register when I was younger.
So, no, I think there's 1,000. There's definitely a €500, because someone tried to get me to break that once.
Yeah, no, he's after seeing that a few times. Mr. Moneybags himself.
I'm doing quite well, Connor. I have a lot of money. My birch water business has really taken off.
People are all mad at the tree water.
It's a new hip thing. There is a €1,000 note. By God. Jesus. Now, it says there is. There's pictures of it. But then... every other picture is just €500, so I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, I think that if you were to counterfeit, I feel like doing anything in regards to the $1 million is a poor choice, just due to the fact that, I mean, obviously you're not going to get away with $1 million. It's never going to work out.
Never a chance, no. People know $1 million is a ridiculous amount of money. So why would you try and convince him that, I just have that and carry it around in one bill?
In one bill? This has a very big stench of Florida Woman about it, but it's not Florida Woman, which is why it caught my eye.
Yeah, I would expect this of Florida Woman. I certainly don't expect this of Miss Johnson.
She said she didn't know anything about it, Shaun. I've never met this woman before, she said.
We're just doing errands together.
With $1 million, what can you do?
Very expensive errands. They have very, very expensive taste, you know. That's why they shop at Dollar General.
We're finishing off this week with Florida Man.
Oh.
Because of course we are, Shaun. But Florida Man has actually done something kind of cool this week.
I'll be the judge of that.
Police try to identify Florida man accused of jumping Daytona Beach drawbridge, as it was closing.
What? He's done a lethal weapon.
He did a lethal weapon. Sorry, not closing, opening, I should say. You don't want the bridge fully closed, good. Bridge opening, bad.
But bridge opening, class.
Class, because Daytona Beach police officers are trying to identify a driver accused of jumping a rising drawbridge. Investigators said the driver of a grey crossover vehicle broke down a traffic arm before jumping the Main Street bridge that crosses over the river. Police said it happened just before 8 o'clock on Monday morning.
That's ridiculous. 8 o'clock in the morning and you're at this kind of stuff. What's the rest of that man's day like?
I mean, I'm assuming he's late for work.
He's just... anyone going that fast has no time for a ticket, Connor.
Yeah, exactly. The daredevil made the dangerous jump, getting the attention of bridge workers who were left having to fix the traffic arms. It's absolutely against the law. That's why the rails are there, said the Florida Safety Council spokesperson, Bonnie Frank.
Bonnie Frank. So,
Bonnie she has no crack in her.
Let me be frank with you. Oh, Jesus, here's Bonnie again.
While
I found the video, by the way.
Go on. Okay.
And I'm watching it. He's approaching at high speed. There goes the barrier. It just fucking disintegrates. Like the bridge is going up, and he got air, man. He got some air.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, who's turning this Florida man in? This is the perfect Venn diagram of Florida man craziness, and fuck, we can't turn him in. He's a legend.
Yeah, do you think he got some really good news and was just like, I'm going to do everything I ever wanted right now?
I mean, there is the big question of what happens if it goes wrong. But it didn't go wrong, which is why it's fun. But definitely somebody's going to try that and it's not going to end well.
Yeah, like, also, like, there's got to be a point. Like, you're coming along and you're through the barrier, right? And then
You've already committed.
Your windscreen is shattered. And you see the bridge going up. Like, you decide in that moment, like, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go faster.
Yeah. Because we've all seen the movie, Shaun.
And it works every time.
Thinking, it works every time for Tom Cruise. It's definitely going to work for me, Florida man.
For me, in my sensible SUV.
Yeah. It's the fact that he's in a real shit car. Like just a little grey car, and he's just like, yeah, no, this is the one that I'm going to use.
Yeah, this is going to get me through it. If I had to pick a vehicle to jump with, this would be it.
And the fact that he got away, that they don't know who he is, Shaun, does it make him a bit of like, it adds a bit of legend to the story.
I think if like 20 or 25 years ago, then this would absolutely become like, oh, did you hear some guy jump the bridge? Whereas now, like, there's evidence and there's cameras and everything like that, and you'll probably
now all the talk of the birch water is going to keep people distracted. They're not even going to be thinking about the bridge jump.
Now that world peace has been restored because of the birch water, this one act of chaos could upset the whole balance, Connor. So then the media tries to shut you down.
You're the guy that's like the worst UN ambassador of all time. You keep going to like all these really small places that are poor, just like, do we have any birch seeds, lads? A few birch seeds, 20 years, the boys will be living high.
No, they won't be able to breathe for the amount of water around them.
It's like, how did you get this job?
Because it's a €9 bottle. That's right, €9.
It's $1 million per bill, per bottle. And it has to come in one bill, not a check. A fucking bill.
Fucking bill. I burn all the seeds off so no one can copy my business.
Dude, this might actually be the only week ever that Florida man didn't do something messed up, and in fact did something. I feel like we can't like promote it.
No, we can't condone this. It's hard to like.
We can't condone it, but also he didn't actually beat up anybody or do anything bad, like outright harm anyone else. He just put himself in a fucked up situation.
He put himself in a fucked up situation, and he gave the people working on the bridge that day, they now had an amazing story to tell to like when they got
for
home.
life.
For life. It's like one day I was just in work, this guy comes speeding along, jumps the bridge. Like,
yeah.
Imagine how many days would you have that job and just be like, yeah, I'd let some cars through a bridge. But now.
But what's the only logical reason why he would do that? Like, what? Actually, the better question is, what's the saddest reason why he's rushing?
Girlfriend texts my parents aren't home.
Or else it's just like he has to go buy some cucumbers for dinner or something. Quick! I need some lunch supplies.
It's like, yeah, because it's 7:30 or 8 in the morning, isn't it? So like,
yeah.
Oh, it like, okay.
He's out with cereal.
What if he really needs to poop?
He just really needs to poop, and when you get to that moment where he's just like, nah, bridges aren't stopping me.
Bridges aren't stopping me. It's coming out one way or another.
Either I fall off the bridge or I fall off some other way.
But either way, this is getting sorted.
Shaun, I feel like we should end it there.
Yeah, leave it on a high.
That's the right note to leave it on. So I think that's the end of this week's Weird News Wednesday.
What a week, Connor. Would you like me to take us out?
Yes, please.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We'll be back Friday with Hero or Zero, Monday with Movie Mondays, next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesdays. Big thank you to everyone who supports us over on the Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. There is a link to that in the description. Big shout out goes out to Waffles Loves You and says protect trans youth, LGBTQIA plus rights are human rights. Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe, ratemyhemsworth.com, click rate, click Luke, refresh, repeat, never give up. Hickok didn't. I don't know who Hickok didn't, who Hickok is, but that's fine, Joe Burney. Thank you very much for that. Raymond, I hear you're a racist now, Father, Ging. Roisin, director of Stabnado, a haunting tale of a father and son and a hug gone wrong, starring Shaun, meighan as the tornado Hally. Ryan Satron paint, the breaths are happening much more regularly.
It's getting longer and longer, and I like it.
Ryan Satron paint, Evanson, Shaun Bone, Jamieson, Dominic, Jessiah, Florida Gal Green, Anna Maureen has the fry on Hjelmroos, and Nil Dicky, Taskmaster is my dude, McGrew. Thank you all so much for your support. Really appreciate it. Really means a lot. If you want to join those fine people over there, head on over to Patreon. You can support us by going to the Spreadshirt store. Get some merch over there. That's linked below. Twitter is at Heroes for Hire Pod. Facebook, it's Detective Divilment's discussion group. And we're on Instagram, Heroes for Hire Podcast. But the most important thing to do, just tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I have been Connor Lawler.
My microphone wasn't recording. Let's do it again. It worked. The fear. Bye, guys.